I'm Julianne Long, the author of The Perils of Pleasure, which is the first book in my new Regency set historical series for Avon. And I'd like to welcome you to my San Francisco flat this evening to talk a little bit about one aspect of an author's life, and that's deadlines. Now, deadlines become a fact of your life the moment you sell a book. They're written into our contracts, and yet they still come as a horrible surprise every single time. In fact, I find it quite motivating to keep near me the very famous painting of an author who was in fact killed by her deadline. Now, because I wouldn't want that to happen to you, I'm going to share a few of my own deadline survival tips with you. In fact, I go so far as to assemble a deadline preparedness kit, which I use during those 72 or so wild-eyed, sleepless, feverish hours before my book is due. So let me take a look inside this kit and share a few things with you. Of course. Okay. Now, many authors during that deadline stretch prefer to wear all day precisely what they slept in all night, because it's just more efficient that way. One spicy little addition to your deadline wardrobe, of course, is a bathrobe. Mine is pink. It's very fluffy, as you can see. It has one crispy sleeve where I dragged it through the burner in a mad dash to pull the teapot off of it. Yours doesn't have to be pink, but I do recommend a bold color because bold colors are very good at hiding spills and stains, and you'll have a lot of those during your deadline. So there's that. What else can I show you? Of course, nutrition. Deadline nutrition. During your deadline, you'll need a near constant infusion of caffeine. Now, since my nerves are no longer made of cast iron like I was 20 years ago, I drink tea because my nerves are now made of gossamer. The other thing you'll need a near constant infusion of is chocolate. I'm currently on 85% dark. When I'm desperate, I might eat baker's chocolate, which is a little bit like eating potting soil. I think it's 100% dark. If they made chocolate in negative percentages, I'd happily eat that too. Let's see, what else can I show you? Oh, of course. I find it very useful to have a cat during my deadline. I call this one Dominic. He's orange, and as you can see, he's extremely fluffy. I hear that smooth cats are just as effective. The reason cats are very helpful during deadlines is that they often purr or snore on the carpet next to you, which is quite soothing because deadlines can be very stressful periods. They're also useful for another reason, is that on occasion, when your back is turned, they actually sit on your keyboard erasing hours of work, making you scream, and that resulting adrenaline rush helps you power through your deadline. This is very important. Okay, I want to tell you about this. Come on. Let's come on. This is very important. During that deadline stretch, you'll need a friend to come by and interrupt you. I call this one Melissa because that's her name. Yours might be called Freddie or Irene or something else. But the important thing about being interrupted by a friend during your deadline stretch is that while you're sweating blood writing about sweaty, half-dressed fictional men, your friend comes by and reminds you that she's down at the Bikram Yoga Studio bending and stretching with sweaty, half-dressed real men. And I can assure you this is very motivational in terms of reaching the end of your deadline and rejoining the real world. So let's see. Well, I think that's about it for now, what I want to share with you in this particular deadline box. So I hope that was helpful.
Can I keep the box?
Since you were so comfortable in it.
Exactly.
For now, I want to thank you for joining me, and I hope that what you learned here today will prevent you from ending up quietly and beautifully dead like this author here. I'm Julianne Long. If you'd like to know more about the Perils of Pleasure, visit my website at www.juliannelong.com. For now, goodbye and take care.